In this video, I'm going to be giving you the starting 11 against Burnley with one surprise return. For the game against Burnley, they like to allow the other team to have possession of the ball. So for goal, we're going to stick with Alisson. No real surprise. I mean, really, we could play anyone in there and hopefully still win the game. But Alisson is obviously the number one. Hopefully won't have a lot to do in this game either. Hopefully we can dictate the play very high up and they are limited to very few chances. Obviously at centre half the captain Virgil van Dijk will be starting, the most important player in the Liverpool side so far this season. Had an outstanding start to the season, has been so consistent at such a high level week in and week out for the Reds. And in a game like Burnley where they're probably going to be playing for high balls and set pieces, Virgil van Dijk has got to be a man mountain at the back to protect the clean sheet. His centre back partner has got a lot of Liverpool fans debating on who it should be. I've heard a few Leone call-ups and for me, not ready. Even though he's 6'5", seems to be a monster at the back as well. Even though it's Burnley, I don't think you should be putting in players in the Premier League if they're unproven so far. These games are still too important with us, and I know we have Champions League and League Cups and FA Cups coming up very soon, but you need to stick with what you know. And Ibou Konate, even though he's been shaky in the first two games, I thought performed really well in the Arsenal game, and he is the next best centre-half behind Virgil van Dijk. And if Burnley want to go long, you're not telling me that Ibou Konate is going to lose many battles in the air. Physically imposing, strong, quick, and has played the most games with Virgil van Dijk. If you want to see Leone in the side, I think the League Cup third round would be a good game to play him in, especially at home against Southampton, but going away in the Premier League is already hard enough. And with the quality, even with a promoted side like Burnley have, they will still offer enough threat if they're on it on their day. I think it's important to keep the partnership going, and I know the contract situation with Ibou Konate has got a lot of Liverpool fans nervous, but that's not a selection issue. I know we would like to pick a centre-half that we think will be at Liverpool not just for this season but for many years to come. But Ibou Konate is still currently the best in class behind Virgil van Dijk, so you've got to play the two, and I think in a game like Burnley I think they'll be very suited for this match. Left back I've got Kirkes, but it wouldn't be a complete shock to me if Andy Robertson was the left back, only because we have Atletico Madrid on Wednesday evening, and if you want the best out of your players each game then there will be times where we have to rotate. And away to Burnley isn't the worst game to play Andy Robertson in. He's proven in the Premier League, arguably one of the greatest left backs ever to play in the league, and could definitely do a job, especially in a game where we're going to dictate play. However, I still think he'll go with Kirkes. I think Kirkes still needs to have minutes under his belt in that back four for Liverpool, needs to get used to playing in this Liverpool team, needs to get used to playing next to Virgil van Dijk. And this might be the game where we see the best out of Kirkes, because the game so far, they've been very back and forth or very hard to get their foot on the ball. Whereas in a game like Burnley, if we dictate the play, hopefully we get to see the best of Kirkes as he'll be really high and wide, making overlapping runs and create a lot more chances than just sitting in one of those back three that he's been having to do. There still will be times where you see that back three from Liverpool, but I just think in a game like this, it allows the likes of Kirkes to bomb on and attack. Now for my surprise return, it's going to be at right back, and I believe the right back will be Conor Bradley. And I know Dominic Szoboszlai has been the best right back for us this season so far, but I don't think you want Dom playing week in and week out at right back. He's done an outstanding job for us so far. But when the games come thick and fast and you're playing elite opposition, I know he's done against Newcastle and Arsenal, but you want a proper right back. Dom has also proven that he is best in the midfield. I know in his last two performances at right back, he's probably been man the match in both of them. However, when we scored the third goal against Newcastle, he was in the attacking position at that time. And the Arsenal goal, he was in a midfield position taking a 30-yard free kick rocket. So those moments of class in front of goal actually haven't come from the right back position. He's just been on paper the right back. But in a game, like I've said before, where you want width in this side, because Burnley will probably play quite narrow and defensively, you need that width out wide, and Dom as a right back will naturally want to cut inside. So if we're going to have Conor Bradley back, he'll be able to attack like we know he can do, whether it's on the overlap or underlap. It'll also be good just to get minutes in his legs, because like I've said before, the game against Atletico on Wednesday, he may not start. It may actually be Dom, just to get Dominic Szoboszlai back in the side. But I think it'd be a smart idea to get Conor Bradley minutes in his legs again. And after getting 90 minutes under his belt for Northern Ireland, I see no reason why Conor Bradley isn't ready to start. As for Jeremy Frimpong, I still think, even though we've seen him in training videos, he's still not going to be fully fit to play this game, and I think we'll just rest him for future fixtures down the line. As for the central midfielders, Ryan Gravenberch will be the first CDM, had a really good start to the campaign, and in games like this where you need to dictate play will be so reliable and keeping the ball ticking. Also, for any quick counters that Burnley try and do, great intercepting, reading the game will be so important in this game. This midfield will have a very important job in dictating the play and making sure we keep this ball moving. Don't make it easy for Burnley to set up in a defensive formation. Keep the ball moving from right to left, and with players like Gravenberch on the side, we have a very good chance of pulling Burnley apart. And for his midfield partner, I actually don't think it'll be McAllister. I think it'll be Dominic Szoboszlai. He's been too good so far this season. You can't drop him. After the performances he's put in this season, he's been nothing but world class so far. And getting him in his preferred position will only see the best out of him. He's already come out saying he wants to be a midfielder. It's where he plays his best football. And this again could be a perfect opportunity for him to drop deep, dictate play, make those long ranging passes that he can do, join the attack with the energy that he does have. I think this would be a really good game to play him in. It will also allow the likes of McAllister to take a rest, as he's still, I think, struggling a bit with fitness and injury, which he suffered from last season. And with the game against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday, I think it's so important that he plays. So I don't think Slot will take the risk of playing him on Sunday and then the Wednesday. Rest him against Burnley, because the bigger game is against Atletico, and then you could potentially play both of them at that, whether you want to play Dom in midfield with him or even at right back if Conor Bradley, he doesn't feel, is fully fit at the time. The midfielder in front of them will be Florian Wirtz. This has got to be the game we see the best out of Florian Wirtz. He's taken a lot of stick online, especially from opposing fans, saying he's not contributed enough, a waste of 100 million, no goals, no assists this season. But especially in that Arsenal game, that second half, we started to see the best out of him. And this isn't a Liverpool fan clutching on straws trying to find the positives out of a negative. He's actually performed pretty well. He works so hard off the ball, which I don't believe a lot of people thought he would do. He has a lot of touches on the ball as well. And I think he's still trying to find his feet in this Liverpool side. One, he's coming in from a different league. The Premier League is a different kettle of fish. He's not the biggest guy either, so he needs to allow his technical ability to shine. And a game like Burnley, where hopefully we should be dominate possession, he'll be able to find those pockets. These will be the games where Florian Wirtz takes us from title contenders to champions. It'd be nice as well if he can contribute to a goal and assist. But again, he has created a few chances. If Mohamed Salah was on it a bit more this season, I think he would have contributed by now with at least an assist or two. This is the game I'm most excited to see Florian Wirtz play in. As for the front three, right wing is obviously going to be the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. I think it'll be a nice game for him as well to get some goals in. He'll be my FPL captain potentially. I expect the wingers for Liverpool to play quite wide as well. I think it's very important that we spread the pitch out, make it as wide as possible and dictate the play. Hopefully either draw them out wide so we can play through the middle, or if they want to stay central, then the two wingers are going to have so much time and space to create some magic. And if you give those boys chances, like Mohamed Salah, it was proven all last season, he will punish opposition teams. So if Salah's doing it off the right, for me, Cody Gakpo will be doing it off the left. He's been our unsung hero so far. So many goals and assists already, contributed so many last season. I think he's very underrated. And with Isak joining the side, I think a lot of people are trying to find a way where you play Ekitike and Isak. And for a lot of people, that's taking Cody Gakpo out the side. But if you watch Cody Gakpo play, there's no way you can drop him. He's an out-and-out left winger. He knows how to play the position. I think Arne Slot loves him as well. So it might be a case where Ekitike and Isak are battling for that central striker position themselves, or we drop the likes of Florian Wirtz and they can play as a two. But for me, Cody Gakpo is so important for this Arne Slot Liverpool side, and hopefully can contribute to more goals and assists again in a fixture like this. And finally, the big one, who will be playing up top? Will Hugo Ekitike keep his spot after the great start of the season he has had? Or will the big money move in Alexander Isak be the number 9? And for me, you cannot drop Hugo. He's been nothing but sensational. Again, it could be a perfect game for him to drop deep, to make runs in behind. He seems like almost the perfect striker. Isak has come in and made a massive headache for Arne Slot. But realistically, Isak's only played about 20 minutes for Sweden. Hasn't had a pre-season yet. We have much bigger games coming up in the next few months. It's more important that Isak is fit and firing for those games. And if you've got someone like Hugo Ekitike already on fire, then there's no point taking him out. There'll be times throughout the season where those boys rotate. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an Isak cameo, whether that's for 20-30 minutes, depending on how the game goes. But it could be very important that Isak does get minutes in his legs, because for the game against Atletico Madrid, if we are needing a goal, there might be an opportunity where we see both Hugo and Alexander Isak both on the pitch at the same time. Like I said, this is hopefully a game where Liverpool can dominate, and Arne Slot has made it very clear from press conferences that he wants to finish games early. He doesn't want to go into games in the 80th, 90th minute only 1-2-0 up. He wants to be 3-4-0 up very early on so he can potentially make changes. I wouldn't be surprised if Isak doesn't make an appearance and we see the likes of Chiesa or Rio get more minutes just to rotate the squad a bit more. But I think we'll come out all guns blazing. It's the Premier League. You can't just assume because we've got the best players that we're going to roll over teams. And Burnley, even though they are a promoted side, will still be a difficult outfit. However, I still think we'll get the goals. And my prediction score for this game is a 3-0 win for the Reds. It'll be the first game Liverpool play in the sexy green kit. And even though I've got Hugo Ekitike to start the game, I would love nothing more than to see Alexander Isak come on and bang in a load of goals on his debut. Because I think Alexander Isak can have an outstanding season for Liverpool this year. One for the history books. And if you want to know how he's going to do that, then watch this video right here.